sustainable to be able to keep up that level of red zone production?
Well, we're trying not to let them score, so that's the key. But I've been happy with how they played down there so far.
Coach, do you think the defense is playing a lot more confidently this week as opposed to other weeks, given the really strong finish against Utah?
I think they just feel more comfortable playing together. I think the more this group can play together, you're talking about moving into, the fifth game of the year, and you hope to develop some continuity where the guys are feeling more comfortable playing together. We've got a lot of new pieces out there, so I hope it continues to get better.
What have you seen from Jacob Eason on film?
He's got a lot of talent. He's as advertised from everything you read about him. You watch his tape in high school, you watch his tape at Georgia, you watch his tape now, you see a very talented player. He's very smart. They give him a lot at the line of scrimmage. He makes a lot of good adjustments for them on the field, and he can make all the throws, and the ball really jumps off his hand, and he's really accurate, in the intermediate throws and also the tight windows in the second level and in the deep part of the field. He really can let it go. So really impressed with his skill set.
It seemed like the secondary really stepped up in spite of not having OG and Taylor Stewart last week. How tough of a test is this for them, especially, a couple injuries you're battling back?
Yeah, every quarterback creates, or every offense creates a different type of challenge, and this is a very good skill set receiver group, very good skill set tight end group, very good skill set running back group. They all catch the ball extremely well, and the quarterback does a good job of finding the areas, and he's got a big arm and makes really good decisions. So, Coach Burns has done a great job at getting these guys, the backups ready, and kind of piecing in who's where when there is an injury, and you never know what's going to happen during a game, and the guys stepped up when we've asked them to.
Do you have a sense right now if you're going to have OG in Tacoma for Saturday?
No, I don't know right now. Not right now.
So what's the game plan? How are you prepping for that?
We're just practicing the bodies that we have out here.
When it comes to defending on the edge, have you seen progress from them in these past few weeks, or what do you see?
Well, everybody's going to run the fly sweeps, the flare screens. It's just part of offensive football these days, and reverses. And, we're a speed-oriented defense, and I think our front seven is pretty stout inside, so it's going to invite more plays that are going to happen on the perimeter, and we just got to continue to react to them and see them and practice them and hopefully play them better. And there's been times where we played them well, and there's been times when we haven't. But, we're going to continue to work on them and continue to play them better.
Would you say that's a physical thing or just a mental thing about?
No, I mean, the guy's taking a handoff, running full speed right behind the quarterback, and is outflanking the defense. And so, we've got our heels in the ground and reading our keys until we got to clear whether the ball is going to be handed off inside or outside. We got to be able to rack from there. So it's really just a recognition type play. And something we got to continue to work on, and hopefully our guys will continue to get better at it.
What do you lose when you don't have fun on the field?
Well, he's a guy that's a playmaker. You try to use him up around the line of scrimmage. You try to use him in coverage. He's really playing well and is getting better the more he's out there. So, not only is it hurting us as a team and defensively, but, when he's not out there, he's not gaining valuable reps himself. So it hurts in all areas.
With Chase, what do you get? He's a different defensive back. What do you get when Chase is on the field?
Well, Chase is a guy that's been in the system and, played safety against Notre Dame, is lined up at safety in some games this year, and has done a good job in those situations, and has done a nice job in practice. Very smart, cerebral guy. They can do a lot of different things, and of course we got other safeties as well. When you talk about C.J. Pollard, Britton Allen, Jordan McMillan, so all those guys are getting work, and in terms of the health of anybody else, you guys can ask Coach Helton about that.
Well, you're prepared for a committee if need be at that.
Yeah, we are every week. This week's no different, and when you get in this point in the year, you start getting 3, 4, 5 games into it. Guys are nicked up, and the next man up is going to have to play.
What do you have to do? Where he's at right now?
Pardon me, I'm sorry?
Nico, can you talk about his play right now?
Yeah, he's been really solid. He's got some good reps last week, and he plays a lot more in situations where we got a little bit more speed on the field with an athletic quarterback. But I'm happy with his progress.
What do you have to do to cut down on the long plays? You guys are kind of 100, 112th, and it's just 10 yards, 20 yards, whatever. How do you?
Yeah,
what has to happen there?
Well, I think a lot of those plays are space plays, and we got to continue to play better in space. and tackling space. Some of it's been quarterback scrambles, quarterback design runs. As I mentioned earlier, the fly sweeps, the quick screens, things that are out on the perimeter. We just got to do a good job of tackling, and the deep balls. Knock on wood, that's been something that our guys have done a pretty good job of defending the deep balls and the big explosive plays in the passing game. And I've been happy with that so far this year. But when you look at the chunks, I mean, when you're a pressure-oriented defense, you do the things that we do. The other teams have talent too, and they've got good schemes, and they're going to make some plays, but we're going to make ours as well.
Have you done anything on the tackling in space to try to change things up?
We do different tackling circuits every single week, and we do different type of perimeter screen drills every single week. So it's something we've worked on since spring, and just got to continue to work on it and recognize it.
When you assess things, how do you balance the big plays versus the bust? And does it even out for you, or do you get more frustrated about what you give up?
No, the bottom line is the score. All those stats are nice, but as long as we continue to keep them out of the end zone, people are going to move the ball here and there, and obviously we want to have them have 0 yards or negative yardage every single play, and we just got to continue to have consistency defensively, and those numbers will come down. But at the end of the day, we want to get turnovers. We want to be good on third down, and we want to hold the score down. And I think every game except one, we've been at the 30th percentile on third down efficiency, and I think probably 6 of those have been quarterback scrambles. So we played some pretty good quarterbacks that can't step up in the pocket and extend plays. But and then from the point standpoint, when you look at some of the sudden changes that we've had and the extra situations we've had in the red zone, I think our guys have competed pretty well.
Let's do one more.
What's your confidence in Chase Williams if he is pressed into a larger role?
Yeah, Chase has got, I got a lot of respect for Chase and his game, and a lot of confidence in him. Really how he played and came out and competed last year against Notre Dame with hardly any playing time. He's a guy that rises up to the occasion during the game, and so whether we ask him to play 2 plays or 20 or 50 or 70, I'm confident in his ability.